Hey everyone. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I am looking for something on Twitter. I don't know how to find it. Shit. How do you find anything you've bookmarked on Twitter? Like where do you go to get your bookmarks? I don't. What's this do? No, that's not it. More connect drafts, creator studio professional tools, settings and support. Shit. Knew I should fucking saved it. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. I'll figure it out. Does anyone know how to pull up bookmark tweets or whatever? I don't understand. Okay. Profile. Likes? No. All right, I'll upload it. I'll find it. All right, let me get back to chat here. I'm sorry. It's driving me nuts because I have something I wanted to share. Hey Reagan. Hey Ellie R. Hey Kira. Hi Heather. Hey Estella. Sorry. Hey Sally B. Mama 3. Skate Positive. What's up? Hey Autistic Shell. How are you?
I couldn't find Mo3 in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station or ask for your music in a different
It's my
app.
Siri. My Siri likes to just interrupt. I don't know. Maybe he feels lonely or something. Maybe it's the English in him. I don't know. You should be able to see it on Chrome. Oh, that's what the book. I thought it was like bookmarked in Twitter. It's bookmarked on the browser. No way. All right, so bookmarks. I know how to access those bookmarks. Other bookmarks? Nope. I'm gonna be mobile bookmarks. Under tools. Nope. Other bookmarks. Yeah, I don't have any Twitter here. None. Shit. All right, sorry. It'll be in my history here because I pulled it up not so long ago. It just take me a second to find it all. So anyway, I was reading my messages today. Sorry. I'm just going to go there. All right. So I was reading my messages today, and Tina naturally was in my messages. You know, we were always messaging each other. And she said something that never crossed my mind, but it was probably like just profound. Like it like blew my mind sort of thing. What if we're looking at this wrong with Katie and her parents and with, I mean, Katie has claimed and everything that she, you know, she want no contact with her parents and everything. What if she's lying? What if her parents went no contact with her? What if they finally had enough and got wind of a lot of the shit she was starting kind of insinuating toward or about last year, like towards the end of last year. And then this year, they just finally had enough. Maybe it was too much for them with, if her mom really is ill with dementia or whatever, assuming that part is true. Maybe just everything was too much and they just really didn't want to deal with Katie and her bullshit. So what if they went no contact with her? And what if her throwing a fit over about this was the past couple of months where she made all these claims about her grandfather and everything? What if that was her way of saying, fuck you, mom and dad? Because think about it. She has made these kinds of crazy, she's dropped hints and made insinuations or whatever, like almost like building up to that point, but still, I think she was quite far away from being finished with that build. But then for some reason, she felt free to just throw it all out there a couple months ago. Like she felt like emboldened. And what if that is because it was the choice was out of her hands, that they made the choice. They took control and they cut her out. And she figures, well, fuck it. I can say whatever the hell I want now. Because I don't have to deal with their shit because, they cut me off or whatever, and fuck them. Maybe they deserve it. Maybe I'm thinking that could possibly have been her mindset. I mean, I don't think she went no contact with her parents. I really don't. I mean, it's like when I first read that, I was like, maybe. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, holy shit, I think that's what happened. I really fucking think that's what happened now. But there's something else I want to show if I can find it. There's got to be a way to pull out bookmarks. No, okay. Oh, view. Oh, yay, I got it. Okay. Yay. Damn, I knew I'd figure it out. I just had to bookmark another tweet and then click view. Okay. So I'm going to share something here with you guys. So after Tina and I had our discussion, because I ended up calling her. We talked about that possibility and whatnot. And so then I decided or she had a few questions. So before the stream, I decided to do a little advanced search on Twitter. And I figured a good place to start, who probably would have still have a lot of screenshots or whatever up throughout the time frame in question, and that I could just do an advanced search on pretty easily, would be Balls' account. So that's what I did. I wasn't expecting to find out this following thing that I found. In fact, I didn't even share it with Tina. Sorry, Tina. I'll bookmark it, or I'll tag you in it when I'm done. But not that one. I got my messages closed first. Yep. Okay. There you go. Okay. So this is from November 26, 2022. And Ball says, watching Katie Joy's social media, a dumb fuck may believe Katie Joy Mansky-Paulson is a bona fide celebrity journalist. She calls herself a reporter all the time. Hashtag Teal Swan is as much of a therapist as Without a Crystal Ball is a journalist. So, and here's a post by Without a Crystal Ball, to which Katie says, watching this video, a person may believe that Teal Swan is a therapist. She is calling herself a therapist here. She's discussing treating people with therapy. She's discussing retrieving repressed memories. Repressed memories was debunked in the 1990s. According to an article in New Scientist, the idea that memories can be repressed, only to suddenly reemerge years later, was debunked in the 1990s when memory researchers pointed out that the concept goes against everything we know about how memory works. They also noted that it is so easy to implant false memories that it is impossible to tell a recovered memory from an implanted one, end quote. Planting false memories became popular in the 1980s and the 1990s during a period called Satanic Panic. Therapists believed they could help retrieve memories from people that had been repressed. Numerous therapists planted memories of ritual satanic abuse in their patients. This led to dozens of trials based off false allegations, families being ripped apart, and things got so bad, the Department of Justice stepped in. The DOJ did an exhaustive investigation and found absolutely no evidence of satanic ritual abuse in the United States. Teal Swan's therapist, Barbara Snow, was a therapist that was known to plant false memories in her patients. Teal went to her in her early 20s and suddenly retrieved memories of being ritually abused in a satanic cult for 13 years. Her story has made her famous, but police closed her case after learning that Barbara Snow was her therapist. Barbara's false allegations destroyed families. Now Teal is using her techniques to do the same to her followers, it seems. Teal is not licensed to practice psychology or mental health therapy. She has been cited by the state of Utah for illegally practicing psychology without a license. So yeah, I thought that was interesting given Katie's post from a couple of months ago about her repressed memories. But now we know where she got the idea for repressed memories from, right? From covering Teal Swan. So she's picking up pointers from pseudoscience community. Well, that makes sense though, because I mean, she is a LARPer, you know. I mean, she's been LARPing as a reporter all this time. So she's been LARPing as one kind of victim or another, whatever, all this time. So now it seems she's going to LARP as a pseudoscientist, psychologist, Teal Swan wannabe. Yeah, okay. I'm not even surprised, really. I'm really not. But yeah. All right, let me go to chat.
Oh, where we go?
She seems restless.
Yeah.
Teal Swan did grow up in a bad group. The guy, she may have. I honestly, I don't even care about Teal Swan. Like I'm not. I've heard about her. I've read about her. I've known about her a little bit. Honestly, I don't hear about her much anymore. Like whatever following she had, I don't think she either has or she's grown it. I don't give a shit about Teal Swan. You see, that's the thing. I bet her family did go no contact. Like, so when I came across this because I was searching, going through doing advanced search on Balls's posts, there are tweets on Twitter, and I was searching for certain keywords that would hopefully pull up screenshots or whatever of Katie Joy talking about her parents. In fact, I want to do the search again, but I want to do it more specific because it didn't quite give me what I wanted last time. I mean, it did, but I didn't give that specifically. What are you doing? The two of you can't fit on the love seat.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't. Michael's curled up like, I don't know, like a kid holding a baby and with a dog.
Yeah.
He's like 6'3", and this is a little love seat, and this is a big dog. The dog, not Michael. The dog, not Michael. All right, let me do this. All right, so these accounts. Why is it? Oh, it's my YouTube channel's getting in there. Okay, so it's at, I forget the name. What is it? With underscore ballsy. Okay. So any of these words, I want. Her father's got a common name, but Ellen might work. Oh, I can't do that. Can't do no contact. Silent? I don't know. I want to do abuse because then it's going to pull up all kinds of crazy tweets. Oak. Sorry. Okay. Upbringing. All right, now what? Now we'll do the whole existence of the account. Now I'm going to go over here to photos because I want to see screenshots of her posts and shit. I don't really want to see just, nothing against Balls' commentary. I'm always up for reading that, and I really do appreciate it. But right now I'm searching for Katie's words. So I'm just going to go all the way down. I like to start at the bottom and work my way up. All right, there we go. I don't care to show her kid, though.
Why are you cutting me?
See here. Proud Boys, or whatever. Saman's mouthpiece. So stupid. Okay, so here's one. From October 28, 2022. Katie Joy regurgitating memes without a Crystal posted this March of this year, right when she accused her dad, Robert, and her brother, Carl, of what? When did she? Because she was curvy. I don't remember that. What was that? Wait, March. What was that?
Get down.
All right. I might have to mute it in a second because he's getting the dog wound up.
She's cutting my arm.
All right. Hey, puppy. Okay. Oh my God. March of this year. Okay. Okay. They've exited the room. What is this? The narcissistic family tree. In healthy families, we encourage our children to be loving and close to each other. In narcissistic families, children are pitted against each other and taught competition. There is a constant comparison of who is doing better and who is not. Some children are favored and seen as the golden child, and others become the scapegoat for the parents' projected negative feelings. Siblings in narcissistic families rarely grow up feeling emotionally connected to each other. But is it just me, or does that name almost look like her brother's name? I almost wonder why she chose that. If this had a hand in why she chose that, I don't know. Okay, scrolling up. This is from March this year. Oh, it's about the whole abortion thing, her lost pregnancy. Oh, this was my post. This is my, okay, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I posted this this is when she was talking about, when she shared with the class or whatever, how her therapist told her that something definitely happened to her and she's just repressed it. And hopefully with time it'll come out, but something happened. Her grandfather did something or whatever. And these are the comments she left about it. All I know is it happened at night. Something also happened when I was still little, because I'm terrified of changing diapers. I'm super grateful for my therapist that helped me understand my trauma and fear of children. It truly helped me realize that I would never hurt my son. I knew something happened and grew up terrified of children and caring for them. My body was remembering what happened. I actually started therapy again when my son was really young because I was terrified of changing his diaper. I was so afraid something bad would happen to him. She said that is called an intrusive thought and can be a result of trauma. All I know is that I didn't want to hurt him. See, that always amazed me when I read that. She says, I was terrified of changing his diaper. I was so afraid something bad would happen to him. all I knew is that I didn't want to hurt him. So in other words, the bad thing that you're terrified of was you. Who? Oh my, and she admits that. That's crazy. I mean, better to admit it than not, I suppose. But still, it's crazy. She was terrified to be near him. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked here. All right. There's the Teal Swan post I was reading. Oh, that's right. I forgot her cousin is a dancer. That's how she allegedly got turned on or whatever, introduced to the whole 7M thing. It was because her cousin was a dancer. And she says she went no contact, right? But what is this here? December 17, 2022. I've been with my family all day. This was less than a year ago. Spending time with them and also ensuring I make time to call my mom and speak to my dad. I posted a few things about the royal family in the few moments I had to think, but mostly I needed today to decompress. My mom is the most important woman in my life, and her care was more important to me than a stupid baby announcement by Jed Duggar. In other words, she didn't get the scoop on that. Someone else did. This past week, I've been dealing with a family emergency with my mom. I took today off to spend time with my family. This is a devastating time for my family. Please understand that news about the Duggars right now is not my priority. And Jed's baby announcement is irrelevant to my mom's health. Oh, sorry, my son's home. Your selfie, what the fuck? How did we miss all of these? Ah! All right. From June 10th, 2022. Oh, Katie Joy, please see somebody about your memory issues. Wonder if Daddy Robert and Mommy Mary Ellen have forgiven you for saying they essayed and beat you. That might have been why they decided to go no contact, come to think of it. Assuming that's what happened. I love that the Caters think that I have burned every bridge on YouTube because I'm toxic. The Caters harass any creator that sticks up for me or speaks to me. Some of these creators / influencers get so overwhelmed by the harassment, they bend to the bullies. The Caters also say I have no friends and my family won't speak to me because I'm toxic. So because my husband's estranged niece, who I've met maybe 5 times, doesn't like us, our family doesn't speak to us. Y'all, my hubby's family was like that before I met him. I'm not quite sure your husband's family is the one that's like off here. And nothing against your family, just other than you're in it, but okay. For all survivors, I believe you. If you think talking about SA is hard, try living with it for a lifetime. The narcissistic family tree. And this is funny. This person here too, this is her high school. This is her childhood friend. This is who was commenting. This is the local person who was commenting on her Facebook post when she was doing her Me Too thing and accusing the officer of all the shit she accused the officer of, as well as the dude who she claims assaulted her. So, yeah. It's just funny how Amy just happens to show up when Katie needs like a local voice to lend her support. Yep, that's my family. And no, I wasn't the golden child, just like you, Katie. It still is my brother 40 plus years later. Sent you DM. Like, you guys already knew that about each other. I mean, what the fuck? But by all means, put on the show. Okay. Hypocrisy is the exact opposite of integrity. Yet narcissists will declare that they're the most honest and virtuous people on earth by regularly calling attention to other people's real or fabricated faults and minor wrongdoings. The more they point out the flaws in others, the more superior they can appear by comparison. Narcissistic abuse is real. It hurts. Boundaries are necessary. You aren't your parents' therapist and aren't responsible for fixing them. Their trauma isn't an excuse for the abuse you've received from them. Break the cycle. Well, I mean, if her parents went no contact, maybe that was just their way of breaking the cycle. Okay, I'm going to keep scrolling. From November 14th, 2022. Katie Joy is such an advocate, she can make a huge ass word salad of a post over one meme. Are Mary Ellen, Robert, and Carl getting the silent treatment from Without a Crystal Ball? Are they the literal toxic ones? Asking for a friend. Some have asked for some more resources for survivors. I saw this today about going no contact with a toxic parent. I hope this helps you. Remember, a trauma bond is not love. I can't talk tonight. Trauma bonds cause guilt, shame, and longing. No contact sets a healthy boundary and is not the silent treatment. Make sure to find a therapist skilled in trauma recovery and work with your doctors on potential medications to help you through the process. Remove tracking devices, block emails, phone numbers, social media, and change your passwords. Remember that you are not alone and find support through professionals if you need help. Going no contact is very hard, but very necessary for many people to heal from abuse. Be kind to yourself during your healing process. If you have thoughts of SOS harm, contact 988, the National S Hotline. If you are a victim of SA and need help finding resources, contact RAIN 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're leaving an abusive situation and need help, contact NDVH Official, the National Domestic Violence Hotline, for resources and help developing a safety plan to leave. Oh, that's nice. Tips for going no contact. All right. Oh, I'm going to read this now. Okay, so if their theory is correct that her family is the one who went no contact with her, this is probably the things that they were thinking as they contemplated before they made their decision. Tips for going no contact with a toxic person, family member, loved one, whatever. No contact sets a healthy boundary. It's not the silent treatment. You don't need to explain why. They don't respect or listen to you. Adjust as you go. You're figuring it out, not failing. Trauma bond confuses abuse for love, causing guilt, shame, and longing. It's chemical, not failure. Get support. Trauma-informed therapists and medication can make your transition more manageable. Threats aren't facts. Be informed. Research your rights. Prepare simple statements for enablers, flying monkeys, and your abuser. Remove tracking from devices, block email, phone, and social media, and change passwords. Not since screenshot accused Robert and Carl of S-ing, I bet. You speak to your parents. Katie Joy posted this February of this year. Without a Crystal Ball sure wasn't singing her mother's praises then. Sis posted about Mary Ellen the day of her 7M Zoom conference. Coincidence? Asking for a friend. All right, I already read that one. So, what was the date on this again? December 17, 2022. So this past December. Okay. I shared this photo years ago, and it is worth the share again. Growing up, I was not taken to the doctor to deal with my crippling anxiety, intrusive thoughts, impulse control, insomnia, and obsessive compulsive behaviors. Instead, I was forced to try natural remedies to calm my mind and fears. I had a million candles, incense, soft lighting, classical music, deep breathing. You had a million deep breathing? Really? And meditation. I was gifted books on how to meditate away my anxiety. If I couldn't sleep as a kid, I would find myself at the top of the stairs crying for my parents. Instead of comfort, I was met with the firm hand of multiple spankings until I cried myself to sleep. The stigma of mental health still plagues my family. What? I wish it wasn't this way. I wish I would have had the support that I needed instead of pseudoscience techniques that only offered immediate or short-term help. The stigma of mental illness has made so many people afraid to treat themselves or their children. Religion hasn't helped by claiming mental illness is caused by the devil. I know that my mental illness is genetic. See, she's even blaming that shit on her parents. It is all around me in my family. I'm the only one that treats their illness with medication. Stigma and pride prevents so many people I love from seeking help. I get angry when I read comments from parents refusing to give their children with mental illness medication. It takes me back to my childhood when all I wanted was someone to really help me. Parents too easily rely on anecdotes and placebo effect too. Okay, that's it, I guess. I already read that one. And I read that one, okay. My husband and I broke the cycle for our son. Do Robert and Mary Ellen not give Katie Joy a public shout out on her birthday? I think I mentioned something to Tina about that too. I think Tina said something like, what happened around November? I'm like, was this her birthday in November? Did they not congratulate her on her new $70,000 BMW? Did they break the cycle and cut the toxicity out of their lives and now pour without a crystal ball is only? Cry harder, sis. I didn't know that you suggested this back then. Okay, maybe Balls was the first one to have that thought. Cycle breakers. They are often the black sheep of the family because they focus on breaking toxic patterns internally and externally. It can be lonely. Know that you are not alone, and it is worth it. You are busy being the change you want to see in the world. You got this. It is kind of uplifting. Okay, this is October 14th. Katie Joy, your entire life is pedo. So you protect Caleb Williams and make massive amounts of money on Josh Duggar. Are poor Carl and Robert being accused of being pedo? Or is this about Vange's brother? Solidarity to all the other black sheep out there. Speak your truth regardless of the consequences. I'm breaking the cycle, and I hope you will too. The black sheep is sometimes the only one telling the truth. Motivational quotes journal. They always have the best quotes, right? I'm the black sheep of my family, and I'm the black sheep in my family, and I'm the one that's honest, so I must be the black sheep. Hell. 1-1. So you're the 11th person that's honest. In case you needed to hear this, people who protect me do not deserve an ounce of space in my life. Hear that? Receive that. I value peace and safety over abuse. Like, who doesn't? I just really have to say that. Stacey enjoys fights with Katie Mansky in the hallways. Sis has been problematic for decades. I think I've seen this before. Oh, that's funny. I don't really care about that, though. whoever the Stacy is, she already followed Katie Joy enough in the hallway. She doesn't need any more bullshit regarding Katie Joy in her life. She already did her fucking penance or whatever. Looks like Katie Joy wasn't invited to the Manskys Thanksgiving. Poor Robert, Mary Ellen, and Carl having this black sheep in their family without a Cristobal was so abused. A friendly reminder, you've worked too hard on your boundaries just to throw them out the window just because it's the holidays. Friendly reminder, you don't have to give up your boundaries to spend the holidays with people who have abused you just because they are family. Guess who follows Carl Mansky, Barack freaking Obama? Get out. What? Carl Mansky's followers. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. That's so cool. I want Obama to follow me. What do I have to do to get him to follow me? Okay, I'm not gonna care to read all that. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Okay, I could swear Katie Joy said that her grandparents, whatever ancestors, her German ancestors, came to the United States to flee political turmoil or whatever, maybe in their home country. But when she explains it, she makes it sound as if her German ancestors were fleeing Germany due to the whole Hitler and Nazism and all that shit. But her grandfather was born. No, wait a minute. His marriage date, birthplace. No, her grandmother was born here. Okay. But yeah, her grandmother was born here in 1921. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't even know why I'm wasting time on that. I really don't give a shit. From May 20th of this year, without a Cristobal, going after her brother Carl and bashing her father Robert once again. Now, I want to read these again. I know that many of us probably just recently read these, for the first time or in real time. But I want to read these again with looking at it from the new viewpoint that possibly her parents are the ones who went no contact. I know, I feel like I might see it differently or whatever, interpret it differently. I grew up with a patriarchal, non-religious father that was raised conservative Presbyterian. Despite my father's lack of faith as an adult, he did not abandon his firm belief of patriarchal control and misogyny. I have one sibling, an older brother, a golden child. My parents believed their second child would be a boy. When I was born, shock was an understatement. They weren't prepared for a girl. The story about how I wasn't a boy was a story that was played on loop throughout my childhood. I don't see what the big deal is with that. Like, one thing I heard you could say on loop or whatever through my childhood, because my two older sisters were born without issue, without hiccup. I was breached, so my mom had to get a C-section. So I would always hear from, like, in my entire life, I was trouble from day one. So, I mean, but I'm not harmed or traumatized from that. Like, I find that to be kind of endearing, So they thought you're going to be a boy. I mean, that's probably what the ultrasound said. And back then, the ultrasounds that wasn't unheard of to be wrong. Now it's very rare that they're wrong, but they were wrong back then. So, I mean, this is probably a story that's happened to a lot of people born in the fucking 80s or 70s or whatever. I wasn't who they expected. Now that I believe. I was also born with disabilities. I was born with hip dysplasia and a club foot. To correct my foot, I went through a series of casting and special shoes. I wore stiff braces for my hips and leaned to walk while wearing braces. Thank Forrest Gump. She was Forrest Gump. I never, from the very first time I read them, like, why are you saying that why are you comparing yourself to Forrest Gump? Like, Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like she's thrilled to be able to say that or justify it anyways. I don't know. It's weird. I don't care about that. Oh, I missed one. Oh, my bad. Growing up, my body and appearance was analyzed and a frequent topic of conversation within my family. My brother made up songs to mock my small chin. He also created a song when I was 8 years old where he called me Thunder Thighs. Looking at my childhood photos, I was not chubby at 8, but my brother and parents made sure my brother and parents sure made me think that I was. My brother was horrifically abusive to me as a child. He pinned me down and would try to suffocate me by putting pillows over my face and would do it long enough until he knew I was panicked. He punched, slapped, and hit me. He would wrestle me into leg locks that would send pain up my back. In pools, he would hold my head underwater and try to drown me. Come on, he was not trying to drown him. He was teasing, he was playing with you, whatever. Like I remember my grandmother would always tell a story of my mom and her brother. My mom was the oldest. So after my brother was born, my mom was the bigger one. She was older, so they would fight, they were siblings. They would play around, they would fight, they would roughhouse, whatever. My mom would always kind of kick his ass. Then my uncle kind of sprouted up, and he was bigger. Then my mom let her nails grow out, and that was it. I mean, yeah, that could sound a little fucked up or whatever, but I mean, they all told the story with smiles on their face, so I don't think it was. I never felt safe with him. My parents would laugh and joke about his behavior. He was 4 years older than me. I was always much smaller than him. I could not fight back. And I've been paranoid of suffocating my whole life because of this trauma. My father, I think I have to sneeze. Guess not. Now my nose is just going to get running. Ugh. My father physically abused me. He verbally abused my mother and me. I've had to kick him out of my home as an adult due to his loud verbal abuse in front of my son. In 2022, I confronted my parents for allowing and enabling my brother's abuse of me. Instead of listening to me, they told me my grandfather was and that other people experienced worse abuse than me. Like, how could they lie to me like that? No one experienced it worse than me. I have no contact with my family because I am done being their punching bag. I don't see how any of that made you their punching bag. I mean, you're an adult now, so I don't, and so is your brother. I don't think your brother's going to be like trying to wrestle you and put your head underwater anymore. So I think that period of your life is over. Yeah, you're an adult now, so I don't understand how you're their punching bag. Because it sounds like to me in this post alone that you're coming for them. They're not even coming for you. And I question if their answer to you accusing them of ignoring and turning the other way when your brother was abusing you, if your answer to that is that's when they decided to tell me about my grandfather, I'm going to call bullshit on that. Because if they're looking to distract you from what you're talking about, because they don't want to deal with what it is you're talking about, then the last thing they're going to do is blow up the thing you want to talk about and give them the ammo to do that by telling you about your grandfather. Like, that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. All right. Paging home monitor, Katie Man. Oh. Okay, no, that's about them. Okay. Dying over horror, so that's funny. It's just a funny name. What is this? Okay. Calling her parents narcissists. Poor Mary Ellen, Robert, and Carl to be humiliated like this on her social media. Narcissists pick a scapegoat child. Scapegoat, party of one here. I bet she's been party of one often. All right, I'll shut up. I'm getting petty. Okay, I'm not reading that. Painting a slightly different picture of Grandma Dearest here. She was extremely devout in her faith. I mean this, but she had more statues of Mary and Jesus than anyone I know. She went to Mass every single day and prayed her rosaries. There was nothing more important to her than faith, which, as we all separated from the Catholic Church, that definitely upset her. I am sure others can attest to this, but do not. I repeat, do not anger a Catholic grandma. I would say don't anger an Irish Catholic grandma. She loved to crochet, cook, bake, spend time with her at her lake cabin, drink a stiff brandy Manhattan, play cards, and she was literally always on top of the neighborhood gossip. Sounds like you may be following in her footsteps there. The stiff drink, neighborhood gossip. Well, not the crochet, cooking, or baking, or spending time at a camp. Okay. If it happened, my grandma knew about it. She also had no filter. So she'd ask me questions like, how's your weight doing? Why aren't you married yet? Oh, shit. Oh, I missed most of this post. My bad. Okay. Let me start from the beginning. Since you keep asking, here is me next to my grandma Mary. I do admit I've got her cheeks and maybe the shape of her eyes, but her jaw, chin are more pronounced than mine. She was a feisty lady. She never minced words at all. She grew up with very old school German parents on a farm. It was a very different time. Parents were kind of brutes to their kids. She and my grandpa were very stoic. They weren't overly affectionate or loving. Love was shown by acts of service. She always made her grandkids cookies. When we went to college, she would gift us care packages. My mom said that was how they all were. They were very serious people, focused even. I mean, there's where I started reading from the first time. She also had, how's your weight doing today? Why aren't you married yet? When is my baby going to be baptized? That was about my son. She was amazing with the Catholic guilt too. Y'all, this woman made me fear God. Trip, fall, stumble, get a sliver. Well, good people, God punished you. Okay. I put these glasses on and it makes it glare and shit and it screws up my camera. So I'm going to turn the camera off while I put these on and read. These are my new prescriptions so I can actually see with these. Okay. Holy shit, my screen is huge. These silly memories of her. She was a tough lady and she truly meant well. I lived in her old neighborhood for 8 years and all of her neighbors truly loved her. They could always count on her to make them a hot meal or help out when they needed something. She for sure had a heart for serving others, which she passed down to my mom and her grandkids. She always reminded us to count our blessings too. I'm sure if there is a heaven, she's drinking a Manhattan, praying her rosary, and hanging out with my grandpa in a room filled with statues of Mary and Jesus. That's okay. So. Huh? Oh, okay. It don't matter. All right. Am I at the top? Oh, okay. I'm at the top. So maybe that's it. That Balls had posted there. I don't know if anyone else had really told. Well, I guess maybe Llama Girl, but she mostly does videos, right? Is it Ellie Rod 8? I don't remember. Let me look it up. Yep, it's Ellie Rod 8. Okay. Okay. I don't know how many's going to come up here. Let me see. Actually, quite a bit. Looks like. All right. I don't think they're going to be in order, but we'll start down at the bottom. Okay. What's this now? Nope. Oh, okay. Damn it. I knew Ellen was going to come up, bring other results up. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know how productive this is going to be. Oh, this is interesting. This is from 2021. I want to watch this.
From the left, she's anyone else having none as a family member. Yeah, that's my nun family member. She's my great aunt. But again, there's my great grandpa, and my grandma's in this picture. She's the third from the left. She's the third on the left in the back row. That's my grandma. I think these are some of her siblings, and then that's their mom on the other side of the nun. Everyone has a nun in their family, right? Does that mean like you're only a Catholic if someone in your family is a nun or a priest? I mean, right? That's
What?
how it works. I think her name was Sister Mary Catherine? Sister Mary Rose? I can't remember. I never met her. I know she was still alive for the longest time, but my grandma and grandpa, we never saw their siblings.
Yeah.
No, this picture is not in Germany. That's actually in the United States. I think most of these pictures, I think, are in the United States. Let me see. This is my great uncle and aunt. That's in Russia. He owned a lot of land. Germans, I don't know. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because Germans didn't like Catholics is not true.
I never
There's
heard that
so
either.
many Catholics from Germany.
I mean, there's parts of every country in Europe that didn't like Catholics. I mean, that's why like Protestant became such a thing, and why there's all kinds of I don't know, wars within countries, civil wars or whatever, over the difference between Catholicism and Protestant. Like my ancestors came here on one side of my family. They came here like the 1600s. Like my I forgot what number great grandmother, but my something great grandmother was the first European baby born in the New World. A lot of people have this ancestry though. She's got like 1 million descendants in New York State alone. So it's not that big of a deal. Like I forget who was it though. Humphrey Bogart also has her as an ancestor. Like that's just how common it is. But like they came here though from the Netherlands. They were fleeing due to religious prosecution, or their prosecution basically. I think that they were Protestant, and they came here to escape shit from that. I think that's what, I don't know how we ended up Irish Catholic though. I think that was when the Costellos came here in like the early 1900s.
Let's see if there's other things from.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, you guys, I shared this in a post, but literally my grandpa was a lumberjack. You lived in Germany for 4 years. No, Mannheim is not. There is a Mannheim, Germany, but the Mannheim that my family lived in.
They had their own Mannheim. That's how special Katie Joy is. Okay. Interesting. She says Ellen. Okay, that's that Ellen. Okay, so yep, there's that. All right. I don't really have anything else planned. That's about it. Let me go over to chat. I haven't looked at chat in a hot minute. Seriously, take it all. Twitter DM. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Do I not have my volume on? No, I have my volume on. Why didn't anything come through? It's gross. Oh, I see. You were telling me how to find bookmarks. Okay. Just below lists. Oh, how do you get that though? I didn't get that. I don't get that pulling up. I hit more. Okay. And then I hit like my name down there and there's that. I don't get anything. How do you? Explore notification messages. Then I get verified profile more. That's all I get. I don't fucking know. And it doesn't scroll at all. Okay, whatever. Oh, there's something else in messages too. What? This is weird. What is going on with her face? Like I would have put. I still kind of want to place bets or whatever that she had plastic surgery done, like maybe her chin implant or some shit. I don't know, but wait, can I share that? Yeah, I can do that. All right, so. Pinned by Without a Crystal Ball. Friends, I have no timeline for coming back on camera. The eyebrow was healing in one area, but inflamed in another. I am not rushing anything. I didn't have plastic surgery. I have a huge scar on one part and an active inflammation on another. Please be patient. I hate this as much as you. Bottom line, I'm not going on camera when I don't look my best or even presentable. Now, that's some bullshit, right? We all know that that's bullshit. Because of the huge thing she had growing on her face at one time. And she was perfectly fine with going on camera. She gave this is one thing that's always, I still question. Like she did an interview with someone who I think would have been, I don't know, it would have been something that would have garnered a lot of views. It was someone's gay brother whose sister married into the Duggars or something. But when she appeared on camera for this interview, like, I would have been like, if I like turned my head and looked at someone who was interviewing me and saw her face, I would be like, holy shit, like why would you go on camera like that? So I don't really think she cares too much what she looks like. I just don't. And she used to wear that white hat. So obviously she really doesn't care, Oh shit. Okay. Now, Oh, that's right. Something else I want to share. So, you know how she was talking about how that Rachel Frost or whatever was involved in that website and whatnot. So, I don't know if I shared this in the stream the other night. I don't think I did. I think I didn't find it or see it until after the stream. So I didn't end up sharing it in the stream. I shared it with Tina though. Somewhere. Profiles, media. Where am I on Saturday? Where the fuck did I share it? Was that website even a thing for her? Well, that's who I shared it with. Maybe not. I don't know. No, I don't remember where the fuck I shared it at. Shit. I don't know. I'll find the screenshot. So, or somewhere. I noticed though, and so the website of hers, she had this art image, this, I don't know, this illustration on the website. And it stood out to me. All right, so it's after that. There we go. All right, I got it. So here is, well, wait a minute. That's from the one website. Let me grab hers. All right, here we go. Oh, I did share it. I did share it in the stream. Okay. Oh no, that's right. I did it. Okay. So here, this is a screenshot of my stream the other, I don't know, a week or so ago when I was talking about her website. Okay. I want you to see the illustration here on her website. So you can just see, like, the website's not up anymore, so I can't pull it up and show you the actual illustration from it. But this is from my stream. You can see the top part here of the illustration, this painting, this image, whatever, piece of art, whatever. You see that, okay? Well, I found this somewhere else too. Now, I gotta get where I put the link to that at. So Chicago, all right, Chicago Magazine, I think it was. Here we go. All right. So what I'm going to show you now is an article that was uploaded to the website chicagomag.com. And this is the image to it, or the illustration. Right there. It's the same illustration. Now, this article is about the cult next door from June 20th, 2016. For decades, the people of Hinsdale gave little thought to the mysterious brick building in town. Then came a scandal. Now, the reason why I was able to find this is because I was looking up the Frost name. So, okay. So I do a keyword search for Frost in here, and this Rachel Frost is all over this article. So why is it that when this new website was made, that Rachel says that she didn't make it, wasn't part of it, whatever, it shares the same illustration that was from this 2016 Chicago Magazine article. Like, that's just, I don't get it. So I looked up the image. We'll just save it and do another search. Because I thought, well, maybe there's like a connection or whatever between the illustrator, the creator or whatever. And I don't know, maybe there is. I don't know. I don't really know anything about any of these people. But when I read this, when this came up in search results on Chicago Mag, and I seen the picture, I'm like, I know that picture. Where did I see that picture? I'm like, I just seen it like today or something. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wait, no, there's no way that was on the website that we all think Katie Joy was a part of. There's no way, right? It could have been, right? Looks like it was. So anyway, let me go here. Just real quick. Is that the camera thing? Okay.
God damn it, stop.
She heard you get up or come out, man. She just like got up and she like chased you down. Not downloads.
Ow. Ow.
She's got some claws on her. Downloads. Where is it? I just fucking saved it. Why didn't it? Where is it now? Wait, recents.
Jesus Christ.
Will you please be quiet? I'm on
She
the
just
stream.
slammed her head against the fridge.
Oh, is she okay? Oh, poor thing. Why is it not in my downloads? What the hell? There it is. All right, I got it now. Okay. Open. All right, so here's what it comes up with. So, find image source. The Cult Next Door, it comes up. Chicago Magazine on Twitter. Cult Next Door. From Reddit. Peter Horvath, I think that's the creator or the illustrator, I believe. So I have no idea what the connections are, if there's a connection, or if it's just something that somebody, a picture, an image that someone liked or whatever. But it's just, I find it so very strange that there was a website created by someone. It's not being revealed who. Two names in the two big names in like the IBLP survivor, cult survivor group or whatever arena were stated to have been connected to this website, but they've come out and since said no, they have nothing to do with it. But they're saying that the creator didn't create it from a place of malice or whatever. It did so with good intentions. But one of them, I think it was Rachel Frost, who even acknowledged though that this is not a safe or like really an acceptable way to go about trying to obtain information, because like you don't have like the proper like people or authorities involved, or the proper safety protocols or internet safety protocols or whatever and implemented. So, but she didn't want to, but she doesn't come right out and condemn like the website or its purpose of collecting information and asking the very specific and personal questions that this website was asking, the information that they wanted to obtain. And then, but the one person who does speak about it, as though she does have some sort of invested interest into it, is Katie Joy. But she's since come out and said, I had nothing to do with that website. But now suddenly the website's just poof, gone. This happens to share the same fucking image from a 2016 article featuring one of the named people associated allegedly with the website. What's going on here? Like this just seems very weird. Like it seems like someone got sloppy, and whatever it is they were trying to do, whatever their efforts, their motive, their goal was, it seems like they got sloppy in trying to achieve him. I don't know. It just something doesn't set right with me on this. I don't. I'm gonna see what you guys think. Let me get out of here. All right. How come Katie Joy comes up with some personal crisis to get people off her back after an incident? She says something worse happens to her after a court case, before a court case, if she loses up. Yeah, well, that's what she does. That's what she always does. The second she feels like she's losing admiration, or the second she feels like people are starting to now point the finger at her and tell her that she's wrong. Well, I can't be wrong because I'm a victim. I can't be wrong. Victims are never wrong. You can't question victims. Like that's what she does. She completely totally exploits the whole victimhood persona. I mean, I'm guessing it's worked for her in the past. I'm guessing that anytime she's found herself in hot water through her entire life, it's worked for her. That's what I'm guessing. And I mean, let's face it, if you find something that works for you and you keep getting out of shit, why would you try anything different? It's fucked up. She constantly plays victim card. Yep. It could be that Katie was handed that task and dropped the ball. That's where they got lazy by trusting someone like Katie. Yeah, it could be. That could be it. The new round of recruits isn't up to stuff. Katie had everything to do with it. I agree. Hey, Skate Positive member for 13 months. Woohoo! Yay! Thanks for being here. Autistic Shield member for 19 months. Yay! Another month annoying you. You'd never annoy me. Never. In fact, if you weren't here as a mod, I would want you around as my friend. So I'm annoying you, I think. Did you reverse search the image to see where? There you go. Yep. If you give a mouse a cookie, I will be super distracted. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Just Lisa. I like the lavender hair too. Thank you. Mousy Files member for 4 months. I think my time to reset. Oh, you had to reset your computer. Yeah, I hate having to do that. I think Katie's having stress breakouts, and I suspect she looks like Woogie, the ex-boyfriend from There's Something About. Oh, that's funny. part of me he also kind of wondered if maybe she's kind of bored, maybe. Like she's maybe I don't know. Maybe she's just fed up with having to put makeup on and shit every day, but she wants to still keep being a shit stirrer, you know? She just doesn't want to have to put that much work into it anymore. Like, I wonder, but she doesn't really strike me as like someone who gets lazy quickly or anything. So I don't know. Kimberly Ann, that's a very good point. So Kimberly Ann says, it just seems so bizarre to me that all these people know what V has gone through medically, and not one family member has tried to fight to see that little boy. Yeah, you're 100% right. It never dawned on me. I don't know. Yeah, why isn't anyone? I mean, even if just to let the cousins play together, you know, or just see him on his birthday, bring him a gift or something, you know. I don't know. It's very strange. Unless, of course, they went no contact with Katie, and that's just kind of what they had to do. I mean, you can't go no contact with a parent, but still want to expect to be involved in the child's life. I mean, they had to have known that by going no contact with Katie meant, sadly, no contact with Vaughn as well until, you know, he was of adult age or whatever. Okay. And thinking with what EKC is thinking about her parents choosing no contact, but why did every family member or both sides of the family all decide no contact, but especially with V being so sick? Yeah. See, I do think V definitely has medical issues, and I'm not questioning any of that. But like she made a statement the other day, like said something about her son having dwarfism. And the thing is that he would very likely have dwarfism if his condition was not under control, if it wasn't being properly managed. I don't know if it definitely would, but it would very likely, I think, lead to some abnormality in his growth. But it's been managed and under control since, I don't know, since like before the kid was 1, you know? So I don't think that that's really an issue for him anymore. I think that a lot of things with him, once they found out what the problem was, especially with the hormone deficiencies or whatever, once they straightened that out, then I think a lot of his shit just kind of improved, or at least no longer looked bleak or whatever. So if Vaughn is expected to grow into becoming a perfectly healthy young man, so long as his condition stays properly managed, then I don't think that they would look at his condition as something dire and something to have to be around for. You know, I think that they could look at it as, you know what, he's going to be an adult before we know it. And then he can reach out and, you know, if he does, we'll be here. I don't know. I'm totally speculating and putting way much more thought into this probably than I should, but I was also saying the grandparents can fight for visitation rights. I'm wondering why they didn't, both sets of grandparents. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that they were probably faced with an impossible decision, regardless of what it was they decided. Either not fighting to still be a part of their grandson's life, or having to fight Katie Joy. And I think that anyway, I think anyone who took up a fight with Katie Joy like that in those kinds of regards, or that arena, is going to have really a shit time. I think her parents especially will. So I kind of get maybe why they didn't choose that. I mean, I don't know if I agree with it, but I can understand it, I guess. And I also think too, like, all of us here on YouTube, like, I don't think that we've, even those of us who have had direct exposure, or whatever, knew Katie or whatever, or been in her sites before, even time and time again, like Steve or LB or whatever. Like, I don't think even they have really been exposed to too much Katie Joy, because it's just been the past few years and just online. They kind of spent every day of her life with her. I think that also puts them in a much different frame of mind than we can really imagine. I think, maybe, at least I can empathize, I think. This conversation makes more sense if you keep scrolling back to where we started. Where do we start? What do you mean? I'll scroll back. But yeah, you're right. Because I'll tell you, after Tina and I had our talk tonight, I was killing a few minutes, and I went on the subreddit Discord, and I was reading the screenshots that a lot of people were sharing in there of Katie's comments, and it makes sense. I feel like everything's coming into a clear picture now, or whatever. Where I came in is where Kimberly and I started it. Oh. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means. See, I wish that there's a way you could search Instagram like you can Twitter, or even Facebook. Like, oh my God, I fucking miss the days of, was it Face Scan or something? Or Stock Scan. Stock Scan is what it was called. Where it tapped into what was it called? The search grid or something like that of Facebook. And you could just search so precisely, search anything and everything. So long as it was publicly viewable, you could pull it up. Then Facebook took it away. KJ is willing to say anything about them not being in a court battle. Custody battles are so ugly. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Scroll back to where you first started. I'm an idiot. Okay. Sure, I can do this. If the court awarded it, she wouldn't have a choice. They'd have to let them have time with him, just like in a divorce. I looked into it for personal reasons. It's legit. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I would fight to see my grandchild. I don't care how much it costs me. Okay, that's me. Katie decided to break a court order. It wouldn't be enforced without further court intervention, and I doubt either side would be wanting to waste the money. Bottom line, though, Katie has been so successful in her alienation of the extended families, none of them even care anymore. It is what it is. That might have something to do with it, too. I don't know I have no idea if the creator of the art is affiliated with anyone. I'll pull up the name again. Wait a minute. Could be that Katie was handed that task. Okay. All right. Okay. So who I believe the illustrator is, oh, I'm still sharing screen. Oh, but I took it off right here. Is Peter Horvath or whatever. I think that's who the illustrator is. Like if I click on the Tumblr link, which is not opening up on the page I'm sharing. So this is what comes up when I click on the Tumblr link. It says Peter Horvath, artist, collage, new media, oxygen at 6168.org. And like the artwork on that it shows is, similar, so I can see it, being his or whatever. No, there it is. Okay. This one's it right here. The Cult Next Door, my image for Chicago Magazine for a story on the Institute and Basic Life Principles, where girls are dressed in red and boys in blue slacks. I don't have to sign in for Tumblr to read the shit, do I? I don't even know. I don't have a Tumblr, I don't think. Okay, cool. All right, so one like this. Okay, theory of not McPro. See, I don't know much about Tumblr, so I don't know like if you can learn anything from the shit that I'm pulling up here. And that's not 18 notes. Where are the rest of the notes? Why can't I see the rest? Right? Pinterest, Twitter. Oh, I just gotta sign it. Fuck you. Okay. So there you have it. That's who I guess the illustrator made that specifically for that Chicago Magazine article in 2016. Still, I wonder how the fuck how and why was it chosen to be the backdrop to the website that was just created and days later taken down. Unless Rachel Frost did in fact have something to do with it, because she's the thing that ties everything in together, right? She's the one who was quoted in the Chicago Magazine article. She's also the one who Katie named, and she's also one who put a tweet out there pretty much confirming much of what Katie claimed. So unless she has more to do with it than she's been admitting, I don't know. It just seems weird. All right. On that note, I think I'm going to start wrapping this up because I want to get a good night's sleep, I think, tonight. Where am I? Okay. Back in chat. Right. No, I got you now, Katie. Yeah, Kimberly Ann. Here's what I have come to understand about the whole grandparents' rights thing in the family court is that it doesn't apply to just any grandparent. Like the grandparents have to have been an integral part of the grandchild's life up until that point. Like it has to be detrimental to the grandchild to not just not have the grandparents in their lives, but to lose their involvement in their lives, at least that's been my understanding of it. But again, not at all educated in any matter of law. So yeah, just stock up on sodium when listening to me talk about shit like that. But that's been kind of my understanding of it. So, and I don't think that they've been a huge part of Vaughn's life. So I don't think that they would even have much grounds, maybe. And Katie, she'd spin shit in every which way she could, and they probably know that too. So yeah, exactly. Dirty Uncle's sale. It's not that they didn't want to see him. It's more likely it's because of Katie herself. Really? Autistic Show? You want to send me the link to that? The Facebook page? Another Facebook page. What do you mean for Without a Crystal Ball? Like it was created by her? Or well, send me the link, I'll pull it up. Okay. I'm guessing that's the link, maybe. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shell. All right. I kind of question this. I mean, I obviously it exists or whatever. It's not what I'm questioning, but I don't think Katie would ever describe herself as video game designer, but pretty sure that was one of the descriptions on one of the nonsense pages, the CMC pages. Pretty sure. Was it? Yeah. And a couple other pages I've come across. What's this group? Public group. Who's in it? Yeah, this is where I don't know who's behind this. None of the names in the group look familiar either. Wait, that one that does. The group is active though. I mean, it has a post just as recently as an hour ago. That's strange. But it's a no, that wasn't her last name. I'm going to share a link to this on Twitter if anyone wants to pull it up and look at it. I don't want to broadcast it right now in the stream though, because I don't want to. I don't know. I want to take a minute before it's put on blast. But if anyone, or actually, if anyone wants a link or whatever, let me know and I'll get a link to you. You can email me ekcpeoplesuck@gmail, or I'm on Twitter at Slayer Utica, Slayer UTICA. All right, I'll finish looking at this later though. I don't want to do it here on stream and just ignore everyone here in the stream. But thank you though. Thank you. Chill. Thank you. I'm curious about this. How long has it been up for? You said since like March or something. About March 22nd. And it has no other previous names, it looks like. Oh, well, they don't get that many posts. But still, it's active though. It's recently active. All right. I'm going to wrap this up now, for sure. So thanks everyone for being here. And I want to remind everyone that what if she did not go no contact, but her parents went no contact. And I want to also remind everyone, in the beginning of the stream here, I read a screenshot of Katie's post where she goes on to talk about and state in detail that the whole concept of repressed memories has been debunked in the 90s. And that it's all just pseudoscience. Which, I mean, I really don't know, but it's possible that that's correct. I don't know, whatever. But she was singing a much different tune just a couple months ago because, it was about her repressed memory. So, of course, then it's a real thing. Okay. Yeah, Ravenheart, I've thought of that too. I mean, I thought of just, here's the thing though, like, I don't think any good would, even if her family did give a statement or wanted to give a statement, I don't think any good would come to them from that statement because it's Katie Joy. So even on the off chance that they just happen to be the right amount of mad upon reaching out to them, that they just accept the offer and say yes or whatever. I don't want to be on the hook for that. I guess, I don't know. But I do think that they have a lot to say probably. And I kind of think that, I wonder if maybe her brother's just keeping his mouth as shut as he is because he doesn't want to cause any bullshit for his parents. I don't know. Well, okay. I'm taking off now. Good night, guys. I am working tomorrow night, so I will not be streaming tomorrow night, and I go in midday. So I will not be streaming until maybe Saturday night, but I'll be around. So good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Bye.